If you're a fan of the channel, you've probably noticed that I'm not very fond of meme coins. Now, Shiba Inu is one of the cryptos in this category, and it's one that I've only ever mentioned in a negative context. When I heard that Coinbase will be listing SHIB, however, I began to consider the possibility that there might be more to this token than meets the eye. After all, if Shiba Inu was just another shitcoin, then there's no way in hell that Coinbase's experts would have allowed a SHIB listing. My research led me down a dog hole I never expected, and it's modified my views enough to justify making a video about this crazy crypto. So today I'm going to tell you everything I found out about Shiba Inu and why SHIB might actually have potential. Before we let the dogs out, there's a disclaimer you should know about. You need to manage your finances yourself because nothing in this video is investment or financial help. Don't do anything stupid with your cash because of something I said. Always DYOR or you're going to get wrecked. If you're new to this crypto stuff, my name is Guy and I know that crypto can be tough. That's why I make high-quality crypto content that anyone can digest. Coins, tokens, news, reviews, and all the rest. If you're here to learn, subscribe to the channel and ping that notification bell to help you return. You'll notice I chopped up the video timeline with timestamps. You can use them to skip ahead or watch the whole way through if you're a true fan. Now that you're in the groove, here's everything you need to know about Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu was created in August 2020 by a pseudonymous developer named Ryoshi. Although Shiba Inu is branded as the QUOTE Dogecoin Killer, Ryoshi explained in his first Medium post that the project is essentially an experiment in community governance and decentralization. Ryoshi came up with the idea for Shiba Inu with an anonymous friend who he'd met at the Ethereum DevCon conference in Japan in 2019. This anonymous friend is the one who created the SHIB token smart contract on Ethereum and also provided 10 ETH as liquidity for an ETH-SHIB trading pair on the Uniswap decentralized exchange. According to Ryoshi, this anonymous friend is a, quote, successful businessman, so 10 ETH is nothing for him. After the initial hype died down, Shiba Inu went into hibernation until February this year, when Ryoshi posted another article on Medium. In it, he explained that Shiba Inu's return is because, quote, with the resurgence of Doge, SHIB has caught fire and is threatening to turn over the entire market. The final sentence in the post also stuck out for me, and it reads, quote, I don't like centralized exchanges. Oftentimes they destroy community projects by price suppressions. I do not endorse any and only encourage you to use Uniswap and DEX. Shiba Inu's first news mention came in mid-March, and it was about a 300% price pump caused by Elon Musk's tweet that he would be getting a Shiba Inu dog. About 1 month later, the Shiba Inu community released the first version of their white paper, which is of course called the Woof paper. SHIB's similarities to Doge caused it and other dog-themed tokens to dominate the headlines in May, especially when Vitalik announced his massive SHIB burn and donation. I'll explain that when I get into SHIB's tokenomics. The Shiba Inu community conveniently released the second version of the project's Woof paper about a week ago, which means my explanation of how it works is up to date. As Shiba Inu's own website explains, SHIB is no longer just a meme token. It is a part of a larger ecosystem being built by the Shiba Inu community. Most of this ecosystem centers around DeFi, specifically the Shibaswap decentralized exchange, whose code is currently being audited by CertiK. Like some other DEXes, Shibaswap's launch will begin with a 2-week liquidity event, which will incentivize liquidity providers to move their LP tokens from Uniswap and Sushiswap to Shibaswap. Now, for those unfamiliar, liquidity provider tokens, or LP tokens, are given to users who give 2 cryptocurrencies to a decentralized exchange to earn fees for that trading pair. For example, if you provide ETH and USDC liquidity to the ETH-USDC Uniswap pool, you will receive an equivalent amount of LP tokens. Well, not exactly, but that's a topic for another time. The main takeaway here is that these LP tokens represent the ETH and USDC you locked in the Uniswap pool. Each LP token type is fungible, i.e. identical, and can easily be traded with other users. By incentivizing Uniswap and Sushiswap LPs to move their LP tokens to Shibaswap, it becomes possible to do something called a vampire attack, wherein all the liquidity on a DEX is swapped to another. In plain English, it makes it possible to take most of the cryptocurrency trading pair value from one DEX and move it to another DEX. From where I'm standing, it's clear that this is exactly what the Shiba Inu community is looking to do, and they're hoping to lure dog-minded LPs to their DEX with bones. Literally. Bone is an ERC20 token on Ethereum and a part of Shiba Inu's upcoming ecosystem. Bone is not yet in circulation. The Bone you'll find on CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko is related to a different dog project. Shiba Inu's Bone will be given as reward to stakers and liquidity providers on the Shibaswap DEX, and it will also give governance rights to its holders, where one Bone equals one vote. Bone can also be staked to earn more Bone, and providing liquidity for the Bone ETH pair will allow Bone ETH LPs to earn 0.1% of all DAI and USDT swap transactions. An interesting setup, to say the least. Bone will have a maximum supply of 250 million, and a predetermined amount of Bone will be generated per Ethereum block until it reaches its maximum supply in a few years. This emission schedule can be seen in the image here. Note that it's extremely aggressive during Shibaswap's 2-week liquidity event to incentivize LPs to migrate their LP tokens from other DEXes. A small portion of the Bone per block will be allocated to a multi-signature development wallet to ensure the long-term sustainability of the project. The key holders to this multi-sig wallet can be seen here, and I'll leave a link to the WOOF paper in the video description if you're having trouble seeing it on your device. On that note, it's worth pointing out that the first version of Shiba Inu's WOOF paper notes that centralized exchanges will not be allowed to earn any Bone rewards from Shibaswap, whereas the second version specifies that, quote, unaffiliated centralized exchanges will be barred from earning Bone rewards. This is one of the few changes between the two WOOF papers, with most relating to the Bone rewards earned by stakers and LPs, which deal in not just Bone and SHIB, but another token called LEASH. LEASH is another ERC20 token on Ethereum and also part of Shiba Inu's upcoming ecosystem. LEASH is in circulation as of April, and it was initially designed to, quote, tame Doge by rebasing to 1000x the price of Doge at 6:30 UTC every day. Now, as a simple example, if Doge is worth 1 cent at that time, LEASH will rebase to $10. Ryoshi's reasoning behind LEASH is to, quote, offer a synth to hedge the price of Doge. Anyways, LEASH is no longer a rebase token. It has a maximum supply just north of 107,000 LEASH, all of which is in circulation. This low supply is why LEASH has such a high dollar value, in case you didn't know. While LEASH has no use case per se, it can be staked to earn Bone, and those who provide liquidity for the LEASH ETH pair will earn 0.1% of all wrapped BTC and USDC swap transactions. This brings us to our third and last token, and that's SHIB. SHIB is an ERC20 token on Ethereum and the flagship token of the Shiba Inu ecosystem. SHIB had an initial supply of 1 quadrillion. 50% of this supply went to the initial ETH SHIB pool on Uniswap, and the remainder was sent to Ethereum founder Vitalik Buterin's cold wallet address by Shiba Inu's founder. The reason why Ryoshi did this is not entirely clear, but it was likely for marketing purposes, since many other cryptocurrency projects have tried running campaigns saying Vitalik supports their project after sending their tokens to Vitalik's wallet address without his knowledge. Whether Vitalik had advanced knowledge of this token transfer in particular is something I'll dig into later. According to Vitalik, he noticed earlier this year that he had billions of dollars of a token called SHIB in his cold wallet address. At the time, Vitalik was a billionaire from his ETH holdings alone, so he figured that donating these dog tokens would be the best course of action. There's just one problem, and that's that Vitalik was stuck overseas because of the pandemic, and part of his cold wallet address was at his parents' home in Canada. After assembling the full seed phrase, Vitalik accessed his cold wallet and proceeded to burn 80% of the SHIB tokens he'd been given. He then donated the remaining 20% to various organizations and causes, notably the India COVID Relief Fund and an institute which specializes in longevity research. There are apparently other organizations which have yet to announce that they've received SHIB tokens from Vitalik as a donation. Now, this is important to note because it's been falsely reported that Vitalik burned 90% of his SHIB and donated the rest to just the India COVID Relief Fund. In any case, the total value of the SHIB Vitalik burned was over $6 billion at the time. It's unlikely that this money could have been cashed out because of market depth, but that's neither here nor there. As with LEASH, SHIB does not have a specific use case. However, SHIB can be staked to earn a boatload of bone in addition to 0.1% of all ETH swap transaction fees on Shibaswap, which is likely to be lucrative. And now, for the moment I'm sure you've all been waiting for, the SHIB price analysis. SHIB was worth next to nothing until the end of February, when its price started to spike alongside Doge. SHIB continued rising into March and April and peaked in mid-May at 0.003 of a cent after its Binance listing announcement. The massive crash that came shortly afterwards was caused by a combination of sell pressure from SHIB donation recipients coupled with the general crash of the crypto market. Even though SHIB has fallen from grace, it still somehow has a market cap of over $3.3 billion. And this brings me to a very important point. SHIB will never reach a cent, much less a dollar, and that's because its supply is so massive. This is something that the average crypto investor doesn't seem to understand. Reaching a dollar would give SHIB a market cap of nearly $400 billion, which would make it larger than Ethereum. I hate to burst your bubble, but that's not going to happen. That said, SHIB still seems to have some potential given that it's moments away from releasing the Shibaswap DEX, which will drive demand that doesn't depend on Dogecoin. Call me crazy, but I think we could see SHIB retest its previous all-time high, especially if the rest of the crypto market is moving in the same direction. SHIB's Coinbase listing will certainly help as retail traders pile in under the pretense that they'll get rich if it goes to a dollar, which again isn't going to happen. On that note, you might be wondering why SHIB isn't trading on Coinbase already. Well, apparently this is due to technical issues on Coinbase's side, which also delayed the listing of Solana's Sol by over a month. The strange thing is that SHIB isn't on its own blockchain, it's an ERC20 token. Now, to my understanding, ERC20 tokens are extremely easy to list on an exchange. So this leads me to believe that there are other reasons for SHIB's Coinbase listing delay, and one of these might relate to the Shibaswap DEX. Coinbase tends to list cryptocurrencies that are complete, and Shiba Inu won't be complete until the Shibaswap DEX launches. Rather than backtrack on their listing announcement, Coinbase might be claiming technical issues to buy time so as not to set a bad precedent for future token listings. You can learn more about Coinbase's listing criteria by watching my video about that using the link up there in the top right. So, when could we see the Shibaswap DEX? Members of the Shiba Inu community have already released DEX demos on YouTube, so we know it's not just smoke and mirrors. Shibaswap has actually been in the works for quite some time, and I suspect that the launch was delayed after the release of Uniswap v3. This is because LP tokens on Uniswap v3 are non-fungible. They're literally like NFTs, and this means that other DEXes can't pull off the sort of vampire attack I described earlier. To my understanding, Shibaswap will be released once CertiK completes its audit of the code. While there does not appear to be a set date for this, I couldn't help but notice that the latest WOOF paper shows Bone's emission schedule beginning on July the 1st this year, so it could be live by the time this video hits the tube. As with the first WOOF paper, the second version also reiterates the fact that the official roadmap for Shiba Inu is, quote, top secret, though it does offer a few hints as to what comes next after Shibaswap. The first thing we will see after Shibaswap launches is the introduction of a fourth token called Treat, whose tokenomics have yet to be detailed. All we know is that it will be a, quote, very special token. Later this year, we will see the formation of the QUOTE Dogecoin DAO, a decentralized autonomous organization that will govern the Shiba Inu ecosystem. No fixed date has yet been provided for the DAO. Shiba Inu's longer-term roadmap was detailed by Ryoshi in his most recent Medium post at the end of May, and it contains some pretty ambitious goals. The first is the creation of a Layer 2 blockchain for Ethereum called Shibarium, which will have Bone as its native token. Ryoshi notes that he's reached out to a team which will develop this blockchain pro bono, and I suspect it might be Polygon, given Ryoshi's description of Shibarium. The second goal depends on the first, and that's the creation of a stablecoin called SHIB that's pegged to 1 cent. With SHI and Shibarium, Ryoshi hopes that Shiba Inu will finally become the Dogecoin killer it was bred to be. Did I mention that it will do DeFi as well? Or should I say SheepFi? Anyways, the final goal detailed by Ryoshi involves the creation of ShibaCon, an annual crypto conference for Shiba Inu enthusiasts. Tentative dates and locations have already been set for the first 3 ShibaCon conferences. And this brings me to today's last topic. Who the hell is Ryoshi? To my understanding, Ryoshi's identity has yet to be revealed. However, what we do know about him suggests that this whole Shiba Inu saga didn't happen by accident. Ryoshi's first Medium post finishes with a rare photo of Vitalik Buterin in Japan, presumably during DevCon in 2019. The man in the brown jacket is apparently Ryoshi himself. If this is true, then Vitalik may be the anonymous friend Ryoshi credits for creating the Shiba Inu smart contract and providing the initial ETH liquidity for SHIB on Uniswap. More importantly, it's not just Vitalik who's in that photo. Ethereum Foundation Director Aya Miyaguchi is also seen walking with the group, which presumably contains individuals of similar stature. Regardless of who Ryoshi is, it's clear that he has close connections to some very important people in crypto, and this means that he's not just some anonymous developer who came out of nowhere. To be clear, I don't mean to imply that Ryoshi is some sort of malicious actor looking to get rich quick. Quite the contrary, in fact. Ryoshi apparently has 0 stake in SHIB and only bought a bit at the beginning on Uniswap like everyone else before selling shortly afterwards. This is easily verified by checking SHIB's distribution on Etherscan, which is pretty equitable for a meme token. What's more is that even though Ryoshi put this project into motion, he doesn't seem to play a very important role at all. Almost everything about Shiba Inu has been made by its community, so much so that Shiba Inu's own social media accounts have been hijacked on multiple occasions by bad actors looking to undermine the project. Dogecoin sympathizers, perhaps. As many questions as there still are around Shiba Inu, there's no doubt that this is a dog crypto unlike any other, and it may in fact be the Dogecoin killer. So, given everything I've detailed in this video, I bet you're wondering if I still think Shiba Inu is a shitcoin. Well, I'll start by saying that it definitely doesn't fall into the same category as most other meme coins. Shiba Inu's origin story is eerily similar to Dogecoin's. Both began as a joke, and were it not for Elon Musk's tweets, they would both be dead altcoins. Where Shiba Inu and Dogecoin differ is the connections they have to the crypto community. Doge is really just a meme and nothing more. All the development and growth seems to be coming from a handful of fanboys who have probably lost touch with reality by now. By contrast, SHIB is close to becoming a big player in Ethereum's ecosystem by overcoming the shortcomings of Dogecoin. As community-driven as Shiba Inu is, there definitely seem to be some seriously prolific people behind the project. It wouldn't surprise me at all if Ryoshi is in fact someone well-known and liked by the Ethereum Foundation. I mean, you don't just magically find yourself hanging out with Vitalik. Vitalik also fits the profile of a, quote, successful businessman who has no shortage of ETH and also has a history of handing out cryptocurrency to projects and causes he believes in. I think it's likely that Vitalik knew about his SHIB allocation in advance, but like Ryoshi, Vitalik probably didn't think Shiba Inu would become a billion-dollar enterprise. While I certainly don't doubt Vitalik's character, I find it convenient that the dollar amount of SHIB he donated corresponds to the dollar amount he held in other cryptocurrencies at the time. I'm not familiar with Canadian tax law, but I don't think gifts are taxed, and that SHIB donation is probably tax deductible. If I'm correct, this would make it possible for Vitalik to sell over $1 billion in cryptocurrency tax-free this year if he wanted to, and more power to him if that's the case. I reckon he deserves it. If Shiba Inu shows us anything, it's that it really doesn't take that much to make money in cryptocurrency. The question is how you use that money to make something meaningful that will last and benefit everyone involved, not just the people who got in early. This idea lies at the heart of Shiba Inu, and even though I'm still not sold on the project, that is something I can respect. Now I want to hear your thoughts, people. What do you think of Shiba Inu? Is my review barking mad or the mutt's nuts? Sorry, but I have kept dog jokes to a minimum today. Let me know in the comments below. And before you go, remember to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ping that notification bell to stay in the know. If you want to keep up with my crypto flow, you can follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Telegram, and subscribe to my weekly newsletter to see my personal crypto portfolio. The last thing I'll shill is the Coin Bureau merch store, which contains the best crypto shirts and hoodies you can buy with your bills. You can get your hands on those and my other resources by using those links down there in the video description. Thank you so much for your time and attention. I've got to go walkies, so I'll see you all soon.